Well, a Saturday in London would normally see thousands of tourists flocking to see Big Ben and the London Eye and the rest of it. But are they still going to be coming today? Well, our London reporter, Alice Porter, is right by Hyde Park now, ahead of a really big night for music, because the Rolling Stones are going to be there. How are things with you already? Are the fans already arriving, Alice?
Hello there, good afternoon. Yes, the gates have just opened and there was a very steady stream of people who have all poured in to see the Rolling Stones, who will be performing later on today. Now, we are expecting 65,000 people in theory to come to the concert, but I think with the train strikes that could be very difficult because they're only operating at about 20% capacity, which is what we saw earlier on in the week. And I was just looking at some of the train times today, and the last train coming out of London is about sort of 5:30. Well, that's not much good to you if you've been rocking and rolling, seeing the Rolling Stones, because it's going to finish at about 10:30. So I think that's going to put a lot of people off, and unfortunately a lot of people, again, I was having a look online, have had to resell their tickets for a vastly reduced price for what they bought them for. So it's really, really difficult for a lot of people who just want to go and have a good afternoon seeing some of their favourite musicians perform.
But, I mean, it was a sellout, as I understand it. So are you saying, Alice, that if a few hopefuls turn up, they might actually get tickets to get in to see the Rolling Stones, not just be out in the park and listening to it on the loudspeakers?
It does say, I did have a look on the website, it does still say it is sold out, but I'm looking around, there's definitely a few people who are hoping to perhaps get a little bit of a freebie in the park and listen to the concert. And of course, this isn't the only concert that is taking place today in London. We've got Ed Sheeran up in Wembley, he was performing last night and today. We've got Billie Eilish, who's hot-footed it from Glastonbury. She's performing at the O2 this evening. So there's lots of people who want to go and see these musicians, but with the train strikes, I think it's going to be very difficult for people who don't live in London already. And of course, this is bad news, not just for the performers, not just bad news for people who want to go and see their favourite musicians, but this is bad news for the music industry. I mean, remember, we haven't had Glastonbury and other festivals for 2 years because of COVID. A lot of the music industry wants to get back on its feet, and of course the smaller festivals as well. So I think the timing of this, we've got sort of peak time really in June when lots of people have had 2 years not seeing their favourite musicians. They want to go out, they want to go and see them, and they want to, I think, after COVID, go and support the music industry, but they really can't at the moment because of these train strikes.
No. Very briefly, I know that someone who will certainly be there this evening is Alistair Stewart, because he's a huge Rolling Stones fan. But I just wonder, I mean, what do you think is going to be the general age group of the people coming to see the Stones? I mean, they're not exactly in the first flush of youth anymore, any of them, are they? Are you going to see a lot of people coming with grey hairs?
I have to say, there has been the odd grey hair. I've been looking around. I've been in touch with Alistair actually and said to him, let him know, I said, we're here, and I've been trying to help him make sure he's on the right entrance and things like that. So I might touch base with him a little bit later on. But yes, I would say I'm slightly perhaps one of the younger people here. No offence meant to anybody who is here. Anyone who goes and is able to get a ticket and come to the concert, more importantly, deserves a medal, in my opinion.
Well, enjoy it, Alice, and I'm sure you'll have a front row seat, and give our love to Alistair as well. Thanks very much indeed.